Hi, this is Ike from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book to read for today. Book is The Berenstain Bears, Welcome to Bear Country from 2017. So let's get started. A special guest was staying with the Bear family in their treehouse home down a sunny dirt road deep in Bear Country. It was their cousin Tex, who lived on a ranch way out west. It's the finest ranch you had ever seen, he said. From the Rio Grande to Abilene, Cousin Tex had never been to Bear Country. He was eager to see all the sights. "We'll ask Mayor Honeypot to show you around," said Papa. "Good idea," agreed Mama. "The mayor knows everything there is to know about Bear Country." So the family took Cousin Tex down to the town hall. "Welcome to Bear Country," said Mr. Mayor, shaking Tex's hand. "Howdy," said Tex. "Always glad to show a visitor around our fine community," said the mayor. "Hop in my long lavender limousine and we'll start right here in Beartown. This is where Bear Country folks come to do their shopping and other things," said the mayor. "They go to the post office, stop by the library, and have a bite to eat. Maybe stop by the clothing or flower shop. If there's anything you need, we have got it right here in Beartown." "What a commotion," said Tex. "Back home, we just got the general store, a barbecue place, and the feed mill." Leaving town, they stopped as a train pulls out of Beartown Station. "It looked a lot like the railway depot back home," said Cousin Tex. "Meet Chief and the other officer," said the mayor. "They keep the peace and make sure everyone in Bear Country is safe and secure." "Howdy," said Tex. "Always glad to meet the local peace officer. Back home, Marshall keeps an eye on things." Just outside town, they stopped at the Berenstain Institution. Professor Actoro Factoro showed them around. "We have many exhibits," said the professor. "Dinosaur fossils, historic aircraft, precious gems, and a gallery of great bear art." "Golly," said Tex, "they're not much like this back home. Just the Western History Museum." "What on exhibit there?" asked the professor. "They have the disguise that Billy the Cub wore while robbing the bank at Fort Grizzly." "Golly," said the professor, impressed. "Here's another impressive Bear Country site," said the mayor as they drove on. Squire Grizzly Museum. "My stars," said Tex. "Quite a sizable spread." Squire and Lady Grizzly greeted them and showed them into a hall hung with paintings. "These are portraits of my ancestors," said the Squire Grizzly proudly. "Land stakes," said Tex. "This fellow here looks like my great Uncle Zeke, who wrestled a mountain lion and tied its tail into a necktie." "My stars," said Lady Grizzly. "In the valley, just below Grizzly Hall," said Mayor Honeypot, "we find a classic scene of Bear Country peace and plenty. The rolling hills and fields of Farmer Ben farm. And there's our treehouse just beyond, said Sister, pointing. It certainly is a pretty picture, said Tex. Remind me of my own ranch land back home. We have a few more cows, of course. In the next valley, Mayor Honeypot went on. We find a very different picture. They drove into deep, dark woods. Why, this is great spooky forest, said Papa. That's right, said the mayor. The home of the spooky old tree, they all said, shivering. Said Cousin Tex with a yawn. Pretty spooky, a little like the vice hunted desert back home, but not as scary. Another spooky bear country spot is Giant Bat Cave, said Mayor Honeypot. He he lit a torch and led them in. Huge rock formation looms up. There are, said the mayor. Which? Asked brother. Are on top. Mites are on the bottom, explained the mayor. Suddenly, a cloud of bats flew out. Yell, cried Papa, heading for the exit. He didn't care for bats. This makes me think of the old cliff dwelling back home, said Cousin Tex. Plenty of bats there. Mighty big ones. Now we come to one of our grandest sights in all Bear Country, said Mayor Honeypot. Great Grizzly Gorge. Have you ever seen anything so spectacular? Truth to tell, said Cousin Tex, I have. I have saved the most truly spectacular thing in all of Bear Country for last, said the mayor. Our natural treasure, the old honey tree. They graze at the thick, twisted old tree. Bees buzzing around, the smell of honey was in the air. Sweet golden sticky honey oozed from the trunk. Yum, said all the bears. Cousin Tex stuck out his tongue to catch a chip, but the bees buzzed out in anger clouds. The bear jumped into Mayor Honeypot limousine and sped away. Luckily, the mayor limousine was faster than the bees. They made it back to Bear Town, mostly unstung. Cousin Tex, said Mayor Honeypot, I'd like to present you with a sample of our most precious possession, Bear Country Golden Honey. Said Cousin Tex, taking a taste. There's nothing back home that can hold a candle to this. But you know, he added, be it ever so humble, there is no place like home. How true, said the mayor. And you are very welcome in our home any time. Yes, his cousin told him. Welcome to Bear Country. Thank you kindly, said Cousin Tex. So that was the Berenstain Bears. Welcome to Bear Country from 2017. So if you'd like to subscribe, share, and comment, have a groovy day with another video coming out real soon.